Well, this is my first time doing a pop-up, and I was getting some feedback, but I think we've got it. I just want to thank those of you who joined me today. This is a new way for me to share some of the things I've learned the hard way, and hopefully we can save time and mental and physical health for you. I really wish I would have known years ago what I've learned about the 3 pillars of brain health. There are a lot of things we can do to maintain a healthy brain. We need physical activity. We need a healthy diet, nutrition, social interaction, which a lot of us are getting on the computer, but we also need that physical touch. We need better sleep. All of these things can strengthen our brain. Sometimes our brain needs a spiritual boost too. You can boost your mood, you can reduce stress, you can improve your memory and critical thinking. I know that was something I didn't have a lot of years ago when I was going through a lot of stress. I felt like I was in a mental vice and I couldn't think straight. I could barely drive, feed my kids. Sometimes I catch myself holding my breath and I didn't realize I wasn't breathing. At one point I saw a doctor. He said my stress points were double what he should hospitalize me for. I told him I didn't have time for a nervous breakdown. I had 3 small children and 3 jobs. I prayed, I hung on, but there's more we can do. One thing we have to learn is to say no. Eliminate negative people. They can cause depression. They can literally suck the life from your body, mind, and spirit. Do things that bring you joy, even if it's something little. Like I would come home from my 3rd job and I would take my kids outside and we would look at the stars. We would talk about the constellations, or sometimes we would do it during a meteorite shower. And we'd put a sleeping bag over the hood and the window of my car and just lay on that and watch the stars, because I couldn't afford to take them places that cost a lot of money. But that can reduce depression. It can reduce anxiety and stress. It can improve your mood. And for some of the diseases like Parkinson's, MS, and stroke, they put us at a risk for depression. Sometimes we could fall because of that. We can have memory issues and a lot more. So see a doctor. Meds can help manage it, but neurologists and primary care doctors also prescribe wellness. There are a lot of things you can do organically that will not just put a Band-Aid on it, but they will help you build stronger bodies, brains, and that helps your spirit. So take a deep breath. One thing I did learn to do years ago was I would draw in through my nose and count to 5 or 7. Then I would hold it to count to 7, and then I would release it through my mouth, again, counting to 7, like. And if you do 7 of those, you will find yourself becoming more calm. Just take deep breaths. Keep a gratitude journal. And if you feel like you can't write, just write 1 word a day, something you're grateful for. Schedule time with your family, a friend, join a group, go to church. There are a lot of things we can do today. You can join social groups online, even having an interaction in Zoom where you can actually talk to somebody and see their face and get the interaction will help your brain function at a better level. And take time for you. Get some sleep. Some of you might get too much. Some of you might be like me and you just can't turn your brain off and you have to force yourself to get more sleep. There are things you can do for that too. And ask for help. Build a support team. If you feel like you're all alone and you don't have a team, ask. Again, church, synagogue, there are a lot of places you can go for help today, or go online or call somebody, but find your happy place mentally and physically. And be kind to your mind. Again, years ago, we were not in a good place. I raised my kids alone, basically, and with no financial support. And this is a picture of my daughter after she graduated high school. She's the one hanging over the edge, looking down the cliff. And I was scared. I was scared for my kids, for me. I didn't know what was going to happen or where we'd end up. Well, today that little girl has her master's degree, works for the DNR division of MnDOT. She has a job she loves, doing something that she feels is very important to the planet and for our future. So it will get better, but learn to say no. Again, see a doctor. Those deep breaths will make a huge difference. And then we have to take care of our body, even if it means moving a little bit daily. I mean, I count the folding laundry, and so does my Fitbit, and or sweeping your house or vacuuming or dusting. If you have a dog, walk the dog. If you have a cat, just pet your dog. Just move, do something. You can walk a mile and then walk 2 and then 3. Wherever you are at, just start. I have a pedaler that I could lay on my bed and pedal, especially when I couldn't walk. And I have some challenges with my back. I have scoliosis and some crushed vertebrae, so walking isn't fun. So sometimes I'll just want to pedal, but it's something I can do that's a passive movement. Just take one step at a time and then one step farther. Get into an exercise routine. I mean, it may be going to the YMCA or joining a club. And especially for seniors, we get free memberships at a lot of places. My sister and I used to go to water exercise classes. And just, again, do something. Find a buddy to go with you if you don't go alone. Water exercise is low impact, and there are a lot of things you can do that will really help. You might not feel like you can get your feet off the ground, but try step by step. And then eat healthy. And there's a lot of things we can eat. I made a salad the other night that had avocados and what else did it have in there? Kale, a little bit of citrine, just lots of things. Now, citrine's a gem. I have those too. But it had extra virgin olive oil, leafy green veggies, tomatoes, a lot of things you can do for better health. And these things listed here are some of the top foods you can do that will help your brain function better. Blueberries, we used to call them brain berries when my first granddaughter was born. When she didn't feel good or she was fussy, I'd put her in the car and I'd give her a little bag of blueberries and she'd eat them while we rode. And she loved it. And the broccoli, I have to sometimes put cheese on it for my grandsons to eat it. Marty loves it. It's better crunchy, but even eating it cooked will help. And coconut oil, dark chocolate, that might be my favorite on the list. And then egg yolks. They used to say they were horrible. Well, I never did quit eating egg yolks. I knew there was extra protein in those egg yolks. And salmon is wonderful for you, for your brain. You'll feel better. And turmeric, walnuts, there are a lot of things we can do. I keep a big jar of nuts in the house for Marty. These have the highest protein and the lowest sugar content, but they reduce inflammation. They're high in antioxidants. They help rid your blood of toxins. And beets actually boost blood flow to the brain. We should all be eating those every day. And if you have a tough workout, beets will boost energy and performance levels. And then bone broth. I mean, that's something you don't think about all the time, but it has a lot of antioxidants. And it has vitamin C in it and K and fiber. And so there's lots of things you can do. I'm not going to get into everything, but again, anytime you can reduce inflammation, even there's which one of these is it that's really good for, I think it's in the bone broth that it's especially good for boosting your gut health, your immune system. It helps with leaky gut, joint health, and it even helps with food allergies, and it has high levels of collagen, and that helps reduce intestinal inflammation and amino acids, and that helps keep your immune system strong. Again, bone broth. It's pretty simple. And if you don't want to make it, which you can buy it, Google it. You can buy it at your local grocery store. So, and celery. I mean, we were all taught to eat celery and peanut butter, I hope, as kids. That's a great snack. And here's the salad I made the other night. And, oh, and it had cucumbers in it too. But another easy way to get nutrition, besides doing the raw ingredients, which we really need to do, we need that fiber going through our system, find a good multi, an organic multi. You'll be better off if you buy an organic multi and take half a dose than you will doubling up on a cheap synthetic supplement. And a lot of people say they're organic or they're natural. Read the label, do your homework, research the company. I found a company that spent 400 million on research and development. I thought, yeah, that'll work. And when you find a protein, find a good one. There's tons of different proteins on the market today. You want to make sure you find one that's cold processed and has all 9 amino acids. And you know, there's 20, but there's only 9 essential amino acids. I'm not going to get into that, but I did list them at the end of these slides. And so I'll take a minute and just stop on each slide. You can stop the video to see what is in the amino acid and what they do for you. There are so many things we can do to be healthier and stronger. When you find a good B vitamin, find one that has folate. And folate will help every part, your nails, your hair. I had COVID and I started losing my hair about 4 months after the COVID. And luckily I started on a collagen product last summer. So it's coming in as fast as it's going out. So it should, neutralize in another month or two. But all of these vitamins, all these nutrients are good for bowel health. You have to take care of your bowels. You might need extra pre-probiotic, quadbiotic. There are a lot of things you can do to keep your bowels strong. Again, find a good one, find an organic one. You'll be much happier. And again, you can take half a dose. So it's not going to cost you any more money. And there are other stress helpers. I know I take something called stress relief. One time I took it and I felt like someone was praying for me. So I knew it was doing its job. And there are mood products you can take. I didn't take these until after I lost my sister last year. And I was surprised because I always thought, I don't need that. When I took them, how they did help me feel better. I actually lost a little bit of weight, which is not my reaction to stress ever. So there are things you can find to take better care of you and things that'll help your brain increase memory and retention. And there are natural energy products like we talked about on the previous slide, but there's also some great little chews, energy teas. And no, I don't mean these energy drinks. They're horrible. And in the long run, they will hurt your body and your brain. And we need to take care of our spirit. I chose this because, and again, we all know, even in the storms, if you have the correct mindset, you can prepare yourself, you can train yourself to understand. And it's really hard to get our head around what's going on right now, but you can learn to prosper. And I don't mean just financially. I mean, physically, emotionally, and in relationships. You can mount on wings as eagles. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. 10 years ago, I had cancer. They gave me months to live. So hello, I'm still here. And then I had to go back for a week. So within about a 6-week period, I was in the hospital for a whole month. I was in ICU 6 days. And when I got back to my room was on the top floor of the U of M, and an eagle swooped my room. And Marty came in. I said, an eagle came and it had a 6-foot wingspan. And he thought I was still delirious. And I said, no, it was wider than those mid windows. Next time you come in, bring a measuring tape because I know those are 4-foot windows. And the eagle's wings reached both sides of the windows and beyond. And he really was concerned for me. And a nurse came in and I told him I saw an eagle swoop my window. And she goes, oh yes, there's an eagle's nest just above this room. So there are eagles out there, and they might not be right on your roof swooping over your head, but they're there. Go look for them. There are more than ever. And they do rise above storms. And sometimes that's what we need to do, even though we don't feel like an eagle. At that time, I didn't feel like an eagle. I just hung on. And maybe that's what we need to do, is just hang on and trust God. I played gospel music in my house 24/7. I had it on low, so the kids wouldn't hear it all the time, but subliminally, I knew it was there. And I knew it was bringing protection, because there are good things and there are bad things. And you can choose to believe however you believe. I believe in a loving God who forgives me of things I've done. And that has helped bring more peace and more strength. And it has helped me have faith. So again, do your own search. Find a happy place. Take time for you. And that's all I've got today. If you have any questions, you can private message me and just hang on. It's going to get better. Things will get better. And right now I'm going to go into the slides with the protein on them. I'm just going to stop at each one here just long enough for you to be able to pause it and read it, because there are so many things. I'll just take a peek at this first one, histidine. I mean, there's a lot of info that's transferred from our brain to various parts of our body. And there's some disorders like anxiety, schizophrenia. They've found that the people who have them have a histidine imbalance. Again, that's one of the essential 9 amino acids. So we have a lot of mysteries in our body. I know part of the reason I chose the company I did is because it was founded by a pastor who chose natural things that God has already given us. They're already out there in nature. We just have to find them and consume them. And then this is the second page. There's 3 pages here. Valine is the third branch chain amino acids, and that works with leucine. I love leucine. That's what's helped me lose 40 pounds and keep it off. And that helps repair your tissues. It promotes muscle growth. So even at 70 years old, I can have good bone and muscle density. And the last page, if you notice the bottom one, tryptophan. Most of us have that at Thanksgiving, and we all know how relaxed we feel after we've had turkey. There are reasons for that. Take your time, freeze these slides, and here's to a healthier you. Thanks for joining me today.